Okay, so what you just heard was an extract from my old band, Below Defects, single, Eagle-Eyed Generation. I was the singer. Yeah, I was the lead singer of a metal band. So what? Had a mohawk back then too, which was pretty damn sweet. Strangely enough, when I had that mohawk, I had the least hair I've ever had, but used the most product I ever had. Anyway, the reason I'm telling you this is because I want to talk about bands. I want to talk about bands starting up and the problems that they have when they do. Big one this week is I'm going to be talking about how hard it is just for a band that's new to get seen by anyone. Now, when I was in my band, we weren't very successful. We were good. I mean, you know, we were good players. We certainly weren't bad. Max Fox is really great. Ian James is really great. Lee Dowling is a really competent, great musician, as is our drummer, Kenny Bird. I hope I was good. I'm not really sure. we were quite good, but no one barely ever knew us. And you're thinking, well, you know, if anyone knows you, just go out and play. Well, here's the problem, okay? You can't go out and play sometimes unless you're known. When you're trying to get a gig, you have to deal with promoters, and promoters have this weird thing that a lot of them have this policy whereby you can only play if you bring a certain number of people with you. In case you missed that, they're asking you to bring your own audience. These are people called promoters. Their job is to promote, but they're not doing that. Instead, they're asking you to promote it for them and bring your audience. That's messed up. Now, I've heard this number of people you have to bring from 15 to 50. This is for upstart bands. Bands that don't have a fan base. They can't bring people with them because people aren't going to come see them. And yeah, sure, you can ask your friends, hey, you're going to come see my band, support me, you're my friend, do a friendly thing and support me in this act. But not everyone's going to do that for every gig. If you want to regularly gig, like at least once a week, your friends aren't going to keep on coming. There's no way that you can keep that up of providing audiences. Promoters have to stand up and do their own job. Now, it gets a little bit worse. Now, a lot of promoters have a thing where they give you tickets, if you're in the band, to sell prior to the show. Now, usually for a cut down rate, so they're easy to sell, and when you get there to show, you give them whatever tickets you didn't sell, and the money for the tickets that you did. Okay? Alright. Now, here's the thing. I was in the Live and Unsigned competition for 2012. I got through the first heats, and I was going to go into the regional finals. However, I had to pull out. The reason being, Live and Unsigned had a thing where they gave you 25 tickets to sell, okay? I took them, and having been a gigging musician, assumed that I'd be able to give back the ones I didn't sell. A few weeks later, I read through all their rules, and it turns out you had to sell 25 as a minimum. I didn't live in the town where the competition was going on, okay? My friends live in the same town as me. I can't get my friends to pay £3 to come to a pub in their hometown. How am I supposed to get 25 people to pay £8 fucking to see a show that takes them an hour train journey to get to so they can see me play 2 songs? It wasn't going to happen. The bigger problem was, if you couldn't reach the 25 minimum, you were only allowed to return 10 tickets. Now, I had about 5 names definitely going to come to the show. That's 5 tickets gone. I give back 10. I would then have 10 more tickets that they needed cash for. I, in order to go and play the show, would have to pay them £80 out of my own pocket. This forced me to pull out of the competition. There's a reason why it's called Live and Unsigned. It is for unsigned, unheard of artists. New talent. However, it seems strange that they're so happy to fuck with them. The rules that promoters and competitions like Live and Unsigned are subjecting new talent to are stifling them. New musical talent needs help to get heard. Acting like this is not the way to do it. I would also like to add a little disclaimer to all this, that I am willing to be wrong. I am aware that I don't know everything about this subject. I know a little bit, and this is what I've seen. Please feel free to leave comments and call me a jackass. Thanks.